Good evening, folks. It's good to be with you again. I wish we were back together in the way that we're all used to, and hopefully that'll be coming again soon. Everybody just keep doing the things you need to do so we can beat this enemy that snuck in on us here. So today we've got some fun wines to try. Hopefully some of you have got them, will be sipping along with me on these, and for the rest of you, anything that you think looks enjoyable, you know where to get it and enjoy it later. As we're sitting around today on this fine winter day in June, but that won't last forever either. So we're going to start off with Tiamo Pinot Grigio in little cans, 375 milliliter or half of one of these size bottles. So it's $5.99 a bottle. Still makes it a very reasonably priced Pinot Grigio, something you can take to the pool, the beach, camping, wherever you might want to take or sneak a can in. I did not say that. And we'll try just a little bit of this here. By the way, it's perfectly fine to drink it out of the can if that's something that you think you would like to do. Nice, fresh, crisp, little bit of apple here perhaps. That's nice. I typically, I guess I'm like a lot of people, although I've been learning and I know better. There's nothing wrong with wine in a can or a box or whatever container it comes in. The wineries are not going to put their wine in a container that's going to affect or hurt the quality of the wine, but it does make it that much more convenient. But that thought can still be there, so I just wanted to make a statement to it. But we've still got some nice crisp acidity here, not too heavy, but nice, refreshing. Great wine for what we typically have this time of year, nice, warm, sunny day. This has a touch of a soft feel to it, and maybe a little bit more body than I expect out of some Pinot Grigios. This is an Italian from northern Italy, blended from several areas. So perfectly delicious wine. I would have it with all kinds of lighter fare. Use it as an aperitif, a porch sipper, summer salads, lighter chickens and fish and whatnot. Go with a lot of vegetables. So quite enjoyable. Alrighty. So next we'll move on to our next wine. The winery is La Peridou. This is a French wine. It's again, it's a blend from some different areas. The grape is pronounced Viognier. Not really, but we hear stuff like that a lot, and that's okay. You can call it anything you want. Viognier is the way to say it. I can say a few things about the grape variety in general first. This variety, not that long ago, existed in very, very small amounts throughout the whole world. An area in the northern Rhone region, which is in southern France. Hopefully I didn't get your map directions too confused. An area known as Condrieu. And it was one of the few places that had much Viognier planted at all, and they didn't have a lot. The wines from there are wonderful, rich examples of Viognier, and they're expensive. $50, $60, $100 is nothing to spend on a bottle of Viognier from the Condrieu region. Now there's a lot more planted in areas of France, especially southern France, which is where most of this was sourced, if not all of it, from. But the other thing that's interesting, Virginia has become one of the more important producers of Viognier in the world. We carry a large number of those too. So this is a great variety. If you're not already familiar with it, I would encourage you to come in, try some different ones. They're not real expensive. This bottle is $13.99. You know, we have them up to Now we have Condrieu that's 60 or 70 bucks on the shelf, I think. But we have a lot of Virginia ones that are going to run you from upper teens to maybe $30 or so for a bottle. But when you taste them, they're all worth what you end up paying for them. Oh yeah, Viognier has a nice nose, and this is something that'll fool you a little bit. The fruits there, peach, maybe apricot, are the typical things that you tend to smell. And the fruit's very forward, and some people think, oh, it's going to be a sweet wine. Not at all. This wine has a wonderful, rich mouthfeel. Not like a California Chardonnay by any means. Think exactly opposite of that. This wine has no oak. It's still got nice, bright acidity to it. But the fruit itself has this rich feel to it. They've done a really great job of capturing that fruit. Again, no oak, and that helps to bring that through. Delicious. Again, it'd go well with a lot of white meats, even porks, vegetables, asparagus, I think scallops and fish. It's a very, very versatile wine. It might be a little bit richer than what you think about as a porch pounder on a warm day, but wouldn't be anything wrong with it either. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I've come to enjoy a lot of Viognier personally, and it's something I will continue to do. So next we'll move on to the great variety everybody knows, and you either love it or you hate it. But I would suggest to you that if you have become part of that camp that doesn't like Chardonnay, either because it's cool to do so or because you don't like some of the heavy oak Chardonnays, this is more where we're going here. We have wonderful unoaked Chardonnays as well that are a totally different drink from that heavily oaked Chardonnay. So keep that in mind. Have an open mind to Chardonnay. This is from Catena, which is one of the top. It's the most highly accolade receiving winery in Argentina. They produce some of the top wines in the world. Their price ranges run from everyday reasonable pricing to well over $100 a bottle, but wonderful stuff. This is a $19.99 bottle of wine. So here you get some of that richness. It's not as, and hear me through on this, I sometimes say I think California Chardonnays are sweet. Maybe not technically sweet, but they can give at least me that sensation. This doesn't have a heavy amount of that. It does have that real rich, soft feel, but still has some nice acidity going on with it. There's definitely wood here. This wine was aged in stainless steel and or fermented in both stainless steel and oak, and then blended together, and then spent 10 months in oak. So it definitely has some oak to it. A part of the wine was not put through malolactic fermentation, and if you're not through what that malo is, it's where they convert malic acid, which is that more bright acidic sort of thing, to lactic acid, which think butter, milk sort of things, and that's where the softness comes. Personally, I like wines that keep at least a little bit, if not a lot, of the bright acidity. So this wine kind of does a little bit of both. Rich, deep. This is a wine, I actually set this out for a while before we served it. And if it came down to it, I would drink this closer to room temperature, at least in the low to mid 60s, would be better than pulling it out of a 35-degree refrigerator. I think at 35 degrees, it won't be that pleasant really. But when it's warmed up, the richness and the roundness of this wine comes through, and it can be quite delicious. I think richer foods, sauces, pastas with cream or cheese sauces, chicken prepared in a little bit heavier style, pork dishes. And whereas this may not be the perfect match to go with a steak, I don't think it'd be too scared of one. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world you ever did. Okay, so I know some of you only drink red wines. Nothing wrong with that, although I think it's nice to split it up. But now we're going to drink a red wine, Spanish. This is from the Rioja region, which is kind of north central Spain. It's, I believe it's 90 or 95% Tempranillo with a little bit of a grape called Viognier in it. It's fairly new to our collection at the store. Comes from a real small distributor that direct imports, which is what a lot of the stuff we carry is, which translates to better price for you. This is $11.99. Nice bright nose, bright red fruit, cherry, maybe a little bit of blackberry in there. Wow. So some wines, especially reds, when you first open them up, they need a little time to breathe. Some need a lot of time to breathe, and decanting or at least pouring them into a glass and letting them sit can make a big difference. This is nice. It's got some tannin there, but they're softer. They're in the background. They're still young, but they're like, they want to make friends with your palate right away. The fruit's this rich, bright fruit going on in here. So that first sip, I guess I haven't had this wine in at least several weeks myself, and it kind of caught me off guard as to how wonderful this is drinking, like straight out of the bottle. Okay, we're getting ready to grill hamburgers in a little bit, and I think I got my buddy here. So this would go well with so much stuff. If you want a red wine to sip on, it's light enough to do that. This is not a super heavy, big Bordeaux or California Cabernet by any means. So if you're looking for something a little bit lighter, but at the same time, it's still got this wonderful, rich fruit going on in it that makes it very enjoyable. It would go with a steak. It's going to be excellent with the hamburgers we're going to do. If you were doing barbecue chicken with a traditional red type of sauce on it, it would be fine there. A very versatile red wine. Did I say $11.99? So it's not a super expensive bottle of wine. Probably a little bit more going here when we'll get off camera on this one. So, folks, I just want to say, great, sort of kind of at least being able to chat with you here. We're going to hope to do it again real soon. I can't say enough to thank all of you that continue to support our business. We love you. And I have to give a special thanks out to the folks that have been running the store. They've been great. My daughter has been in town. She's taking control of the store, and with the other folks there, Pam and Nate and Lindsay, they're doing a great job of keeping things going and keeping me at home and safe, since I'm an old geezer. And I don't worry about the store at all. I feel like, heck, maybe if I went back, it probably wouldn't be run as well. But it's one of so many people that I can thank and keeping my mind at peace and help me sleep good at night. So salute to everybody. I'll see you again soon. Take care.